Do we have a cold opening?
Do we go birds?
Ooh, you know what our cold opening is? How sexy Mike looks holding that candy cane.
If only I could find a girl that also sucks on candy canes like I suck on candy canes.
Okay. Can we should we spend 3 hours just talking about that?
About Mike sucking on candy canes, or
No. Other things. What were you pointing at, Kevin? What are you wearing there, buddy?
Oh,
go birds.
I have a Go Birds count for this weekend's movies. Don't worry about it.
Nice.
Yeah. Was this the cold open? Wait, I have to do a bit. You had a bit. You had a bit. My bit is going to be.
Is there a hole in your roof? We'll cover all the movies.
I don't know. My bit is I have candy.
Yeah.
Roll the clip!
It's been a long, exhausting day. Your troubles just won't go away. One thing that gets you through these is watching cheesy holiday movies. You think that you're above them, but you know that you love them. So get ready to listen. Now here comes Kevin and Kristin. Oh yeah.
Hey, we're back, folks. This is week 6 of Remark the Show, season 5, 2024. I'm one of the hosts, Kris, or as my name thing says, Kristin, because I am official this evening.
Ooh, I am one of your hosts. Kevin, as my name thing says.
And I'm your other host, Cool Mike G.
Cool.
You fix that? Can you do that now?
Sure, I'll put that in.
Cool Mike G.
I'll change yours back too.
Oh, there are 3 of us. 3 wiser hosts.
3 wiser hosts.
And a
Man,
candy.
oh man. Kevin, we started with a movie that honestly I didn't even have on my radar.
Me either. Yes. So on Friday, November 22nd at 8 p.m., we had the first movie of the whole weekend, Christmas on Call.
Service actually makes me feel better.
I feel the same way.
Knowing that you make a difference is what keeps us going.
Oh, Philadelphia is starting to feel like home.
Christmas on Call.
Directed by Jeff Beasley. I forgot to put the writer's name in, so I'll look it up as we talk about it. I'll look it up. But starring Sarah Koenig from Holiday Road, which we liked last year too. And you may have to help me. Is it Sir Darius? Is that right, Mike? Sir Darius Lane from the Holiday series, and also in years past, bartending with Mike G.
Yeah, I think it was it might have only been a server. You know how the bartenders and servers are.
Yeah.
No, he maybe did actually bartend after I left. But yeah, anyway, we worked at the same restaurant together.
I love that so much.
I did too.
Yeah, and he's been doing so great. He started off in like the new remake of Footloose. He was like one of the kids, and then he was on the Jumanji series.
Yep.
As again one of the kids that turns into. I think his character turns into Jack Black, which is like the joke. And yeah, he's been and then doing a lot of these other TV shows and things.
Great.
And so, speaking of TV shows, this one was so TV show. I liked it.
It really was. I'm
like
pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. The writer is not listed yet on IMDb, so that's on Hallmark, not Remark.
Interesting.
That's frustrating because I have lots of questions about this person.
Yes.
Number 1, are they from Philadelphia?
Yes.
Number 2, how the heck did they know where Horsham, Pennsylvania was?
I was there today.
Folks, I am from Horsham, Pennsylvania, and never in my life would I ever assume that a movie would shout out my small Montgomery County, Pennsylvania town. But holy Toledo, it happened.
It did happen.
Were those your only 2? Were those the only 2 things that you were wondering with from the writer?
About the that's
I
it.
also wonder, did they write for Grey's Anatomy or 911 or whatever? Because this is what this movie was, and I loved it. I loved it.
It was very procedural show.
Can I tell you, we can get some answers for next week's episode because one of the people that we both follow and are followed by, this is name dropping, but it's kind of cool, is the director of the movie, Jeff Beasley. So we can reach out and find out what was there a Philly connection, because it felt a lot of Philly people who are not Hallmark fans, I saw on Facebook making fun of it, But I will say this: the exterior shots, the big shots, blended really well with Vancouver or wherever in Canada it was being filmed.
Yeah.
Clearly not Philly, but the exteriors were really, really solid. And to Chris's point, they name dropped Horsham, they name dropped the Mummers, they name dropped Chester. They definitely
Philly cheesesteaked it.
Oh, that was again. They were at Geno's. They weren't.
No, they weren't.
Gene-esques. Well, that's what it was supposed to be.
This was something that I really got excited about. Is that scene started? I was like, oh, don't go to Pat's or Geno's. Don't. They're not good cheesesteaks. And I think it started like the line was basically like, oh, I thought you would have taken me, and he was like, nope. I would only take you here. And I was like, I love, like, it's a smaller place.
Kris, I love you, but that's not what happened. They didn't want to say Pat's or Geno's. He said, no, I like them both. But my dad would bring me to this one after Flyers and Sixers games. When he said, I like them both, they were trying to infer Pat's and Geno's.
Sure. But
he took her to it like his favorite one versus the, like, tourist one.
No one from Philadelphia, that's not their favorite.
I get it. I totally get that. And I agree. Like before I was a non-meat eater, Jim's was the one I would always go to. But this was their way of doing a Pat's or Geno's without saying it. And
they just didn't name it. They just I also thought, as authentic as it was, this God bless her heart woman that was behind the counter was very like not Philly. Like she was like they didn't like they didn't do it right.
Wait, are you kidding?
Are you bidding? Are you doing a bit?
Can we celebrate the first appearance of Donna Kelsey?
Hey!
Let me just say, Donna. I don't know if she's maybe been through the whole process. People probably bring her cheesesteaks. I don't know if she's ever been at a pattern.
Yeah.
I mean, they had to break it up because for people that don't know, it would have been. Oh, sorry.
Liz Witt.
But it's a lot it's even faster than that. You gotta come in.
No, you gotta.
They don't even ask you questions.
She should have been like next.
Yeah.
So, I have a trivia question for you both. Then, who is the first Kelsey featured in a Hallmark movie
ever or this season?
Ever end this season?
Oh, it's actually Jason because the Philly Specials was the opening song of this movie.
Yeah, so the Philly Specials, absolutely, and the Joy, I believe, right, did the opening song, which is Santa drives an Astro van, and I did not know they were doing that, and I was in heaven when it happened. And the video that's out now is amazing.
It's amazing.
We need to get Jeff because. Sorry, talk about that video, and then I'll go back to Jeff.
I was just going to say it's annoying that these football players are also really good at other things. Like, stay in your lane, bros. Stay in your lane.
These are good at everything.
I just can't believe they snuck in another football one before the football one. You know what I mean? Like Birds got. If I were a Philly fan, I would be very happy that that got the love before the Kansas City Chiefs movie.
Yeah. Well, talking about Birds. All right, folks. I kept track of a few things. All right, Go Birds. They're playing right now, so go Birds. I counted 10 Go Birds in this entire movie.
Nice.
And I also counted 3 Eagles hats, 1 Eagles sweatshirt, and a pair of Eagles gloves and 1 scarf.
Yep.
So
there was to add to that, there was, oh my God, that kid could pitch for the Phillies because he snowball. There was the reference to the Flyers and the Sixers, and there was also the Rocky Balboa boxing gloves reference.
Yep. So much.
Very Philly. Sorry, Mike.
The Rocky. I didn't mind the sports team things because they were obviously establishing we're in Philly. The Rocky thing was a little
stretch.
A little stretch.
That's like the old the Statue of Liberty. It's like no, people in New York don't they
don't like that.
Take people to the Statue of Liberty.
No.
I want to talk to this director though because I really love this film. I texted everybody. I think it was my favorite film. I'm going to say it right now of the entire Hallmark season. Granted, I did miss 2 weekends. Because of how different it felt. Like it caught me so off guard. Like you said, Kris, earlier, it was way under our radar. Other than that, I knew the guy that was in it, playing the lead actor. It was so real. All the stakes were real. All the relationships were real. All the situations were real. They had full on trauma scenes.
Right.
And
that fire scene.
I was like, what's the budget for this?
Did they light that on fire for real?
I mean, maybe. And then the side plots. Oh my god, the 2 cop storyline was.
Oh
super
my
cool.
god.
Oh, and I
dude,
knew they were all going to
need-
tie together. Like we had our crossover. We had like 10 episodes plus the crossover of cops and firefighters and hospital people all coming together.
Delightful.
I thought it was caught me way off guard, and I
way off guard.
Yeah.
And we need to have that. I'm going to refer to the cop as Steve Buscemi light because he honestly.
Adrian said handsomer Steve Buscemi, which I
yeah. Or they were calling him Magnum because of his mustache. But I love that dude.
So good.
Please come on the show. Oh my god!
How great when they were breaking up the neighbor fight, and the one neighbor, to show he's the evil neighbor, even said, "Go Cowboys!" And it was like the cop was about to throw down.
Oh, it was so good. Funny. That was the stupidest storyline, but still very enjoyable.
There was no need for that
at all. So quickly,
but it was so cute and just silly that I think they knew that too. Again, I think they did a really good job of grounding everything, but then accepting like, listen, we're gonna have these ridiculous scenarios. It's the holidays. We're all in these like intense jobs, and I thought the ending was beautiful too. Like just the kiss with the well, we got to get back to work.
We got to get back, right?
Yeah,
I know.
Start to finish, I don't know.
I really.
I got nothing bad.
I hope, I want, like you're saying, it's like a TV procedural show. I'm like, what's next week's episode?
Yeah, absolutely. It also did almost immediately go, we're not going to do the normal tropes where he was upset with her that she kind of ditched him, and then it was his partner that's like. She got called in, dude. That's what this job is. And he was like, yeah, I know. And that was like good.
Love it. I loved it. And the only other thing that felt forced was bringing that woman's daughter home from I get it. Yeah. You know what I mean? That can't happen. You can't go on leave just because it's Christmas. Stop doing that because it gives families hope. And there's no hope the Marines are going to send you home.
Yeah. There was so many people. There were so many characters. Go finish your thought, Kevin.
Yeah, so you guys know the character of Sanjay, Eric Athavale, I believe their name is, played Dasher, if you recall, in Sing. And we loved that character.
What he was from. He was the driver around her.
Come on our show.
More, yes.
So good. I was going to joke around all the different side characters' plots. There was that. There was the kid with the foot. There was the kid who was like the knew the chief, you know what I mean? Because the chief had helped him. And I was like, no way they're bringing them back for a finale for theirs. No, they get a storyline too. You get
a storyline. But I will say, not plot soup.
No.
It was a very evenly balanced meal.
Yeah. I loved it.
Watch it. Everyone watch it. Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Have you picked this? And I know we put in our things afterwards, but and maybe there's another favorite this week, but up till this movie, would you say this is your favorite of the season?
It's in the top 3. I still have to let it
think about the whole thing.
It's really good. It might be number 1. It's really good. Yeah. It's definitely rewatchable.
Another one from this weekend is my number 1. This might be number 2.
Yeah.
All right. Which one could it be?
Oh, so on Saturday night, we watched November 23rd. We watched a little movie called 3 Wiser Men and a Little Boy.
Let's get all the guys back together under one roof. A gift for Mom. Ma!
The brothers are back.
Hi, Dad.
This is about Thomas.
When's the last time we had this much fun?
And it's time to separate the men from the boys.
It's the time to shine. I'm okay. And Christmas was saved.
3 Wiser Men and a Boy.
It's hard to keep the candy cane like for the camera, you know what I mean? Otherwise, it looks like a
work on your cane, man.
Maybe Tyler has some lessons.
I got nothing on you, Tyler. I got nothing on you.
Directed by Terry Ingram, written by Paul Campbell and Kimberly Susted, and starring Paul Campbell, Andrew Walker, and Tyler Hines.
Do
we have a special fanfare? I feel like you need to add a fanfare.
We do the dance.
You know what the fanfare is? Can you hear them? Gling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. All my bells are jingling.
Whoa! I didn't know if that was money. I thought maybe they're like, oh, they're making money. Those are your bells. I
my bells sound like someone just won at a.
It's a game show. You have game show bells. Kristin, listen, Mark Summers You're gonna get her heart come. What is that? December 13th, Hanukkah on the Rocks. It'll happen.
I can't wait.
Oh
Oh my god. Okay, listen. I think Kevin has a differing view of this movie than I do, and I'm gonna punch him in the beep.
In the bells.
Yeah, different bells, but I'm gonna punch you in those. I have no notes.
You posted that. That's
Come on.
I have.
What were your favorite part? What were all your favorite? Just go for it.
Okay.
What were all of your favorite parts? Tyler Hines, Andrew Walker, Paul Campbell.
Yeah.
These are the three most dashingly handsome, charming, funny chaps around.
Yeah.
And the fact that they have found each other and have decided this is wonderful.
Yeah.
One of my favorite parts was actually none of their lines. It was when they were interviewing Paul about his character's new book. And she's like, this book, words for humans. So I knew this one was for me.
Yeah, the radio. They were brutal.
It was super hilarious.
Kristin, how did you manage them trying to get up from the sofa in the principal's office?
I'm not okay. I wet my pants.
Ooh, ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. That's all I'm gonna hear watching these from now on. I'm like, is that the sound of Kristin
What is
bells
that?
jingling?
Kristin, your bells are out of tune. Your bells are out of tune.
No, I also loved Tyler's line of that hurts. Why do I like that?
Yeah.
But when the girl, come on, he almost turned into Dirks from
Very
Kenny.
Dirks. Yeah.
When he was like first kind of chilling with that chick and feeling out her vibe, he became Dirks like immediately.
She was good. I really liked that actress. She like held her own with them in the scene because they have a tendency to chew the scenery a little bit in these ones, or knock down the scenery, if you will. A little bit.
When they did the finger bit, I really, when he goes like this, I was like, and he goes, "Don't you do it?" And he goes, and they, I was because it wasn't the finger I was ready for.
Yeah.
And then when it happened and they did it, I was like, very brotherly.
I know. And then they were poking. They're so great. Then my other favorite line, because you know how many times in my life I say ding dongs? Oh, yeah. And we got Matt Hamilton coming in being like, what's up, ding dongs?
Clark back.
It had to be back.
There were some cameos. Who was I knew that one. I remember that guy. Like, I don't watch the movies over and over again.
Yeah, me neither.
But I do remember, like, there was a douchey guy or whatever. Yeah. Like that they liked at the end. So that was funny. But then who was the woman at the end that came up?
It was Kimberly Sustad.
That's Kimberly Sustad, you monster.
Got it. So, but it wasn't a previous character. It was just a cameo.
It was. Yeah. It was. She played a doctor in the first one that they brought. Okay. The kid too, because he had a rash.
I assume it had something to do with the kid because she was like, "How's he doing?" or whatever.
But that was Mike. That was the joke too, where she was talking about the show last year,
writing a sequel.
Yeah, it was better than. I love that. I'm gonna maybe take a medium. I'll be maybe medium, and Kevin, maybe you're worse than me, or maybe we're pretty equal. I don't know. I really enjoyed this. We liked Three Wise Men and a Baby last year, and this was a sequel, but it was very sequel-y to me. It was that same kind of thing where it was like, we know that we love the multiverse, right? Where actors are getting this isn't quite the multiverse, but the point is like they're acknowledging that this is a world where there's all these actors. So this is the team up movie that everybody wants.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with the wedding veils and all that kind of stuff. So I love that sentiment. I think the guys are all great. The scene with them walking down in their candy can outfits, even though who would have bought those, was so good. I really liked. I thought the setup was like took a little bit going, and then once they got into like we have to do a play, I was like hilarious.
Yeah.
There's gonna be so many different funny scenarios, but it did feel very sequely to me. Where I'm like, it was a little rehashing. I'm like, we did this kind of already, and we all had these similar-ish problems of like I'm anxious and like I'm not a good father, and like I need to like shape up and be an adult, and they all kind of went through the same thing. So that was my only little bit on it.
Yeah, the one thing I would disagree with that.
This was like, wait, they talked? There were dialogue?
Wait a minute, there was dialogue?
So before we started recording, before Mike was on, Kris and I talked a little about this, and she got very angry at me. But that was my issue with it. I liked it. Overall, this movie is like in the top 5 of the season. These 3 actors are great. Like they're so fun to watch. Honestly, you probably got this. I felt like it got sidetracked with the character of Roy, the pastor Roy. A lot of pastors this weekend. And you probably didn't need it in the sense that you wanted to explore a little bit more of these characters. Paul Campbell's character pretty much was the same. Like he didn't evolve from the last movie. We kind of thought he did, and then it turned out he didn't. So I give that storyline a pass.
Yeah.
I do think Andrew Walker's character evolved greatly because now he's the chief and he's got different responsibilities. He's trying to maintain, plus the kid. That I was fine with. I freaking love Tyler Hynes. I love everything he did. I love that they did some Christmassy Dance Dance Revolution. It was awesome.
Very cute.
That said, his character was in Arrested Development. Like he did not evolve at everything that he gained from last year. And maybe because Ali Liebert wasn't in the film, they basically were like, hey, let's just reset that character back to 1 and make him and that was disappointing to me.
I thought
until he grew at the very, very end and was like, I can't do this. Like, I can't be this.
I thought it was weird that they relegated like a lot of the female characters from the last, like they're not that like he would have stuck with them, but even the white Andrew Walker's wife,
that she went away.
I forget what like she wasn't there. So I mean, again, it was trying
she
to
wasn't. Remember, she wasn't in the first movie. She's the one who.
No, they discover that she's the mother. And then what's Paul Walker? Oh my gosh, Paul Campbell's RIP wife too. Like she just came in to be like, you've changed, instead of like kind of having like a real character. I don't know. Yeah, listen. It's about the boys.
Fiona Broom. That's right.
That being said, I thought Margaret Collins' moment of like can I have this? Like I am.
Oh my god,
that was beautiful. That got me back in. I was a little in and out. You know what I mean? Like plot wise, but I thought that was a very beautiful moment.
Yeah.
So
I did. I see what you're saying, that it's like a little bit obviously of the same, but like to me, it was a same and then it was like a reset, not a same. Yeah. It was like, so like, yeah, I definitely think that it was kind of cool that to the character, like we thought it's like that idea of people think they've grown, but really they're just themselves.
Yeah.
And so then they're like better with each other because when you're with the 2 or 3 other people, that's how you've grown, is that you allow other people into your life that better you. So that's...
I like that. They relapsed, if you will. Like they all kind of went back.
Because they went their own separate lives, but every time they come together...
I like it.
Magic happens.
I will say, excluding the Wedding Veil series, because it's too hard to track that, I think this is probably the best sequel they've done in that. As much as we loved Christmas House, the sequel it didn't really do anything different.
Right. Same with Nine Lives of Christmas.
Lives of Christmas. And same thing with Deck the Halls or Haul Out the Holly, rather. It was like the first one's so good. The second one was fine, but it was like, so it definitely, of all the sequel unless I'm forgetting something, Sister Swap's also a weird one because it's a sequel, but kind of not.
It's at the same time.
So I feel like this is the best sequel that they've done, but it does, like Mike said, feel incredibly sequely. So it leaned heavily on what it was.
Here's the thing, because people fight with me often. Ghostbusters is my favorite movie, and that includes Ghostbusters 2. Like to me, like it's the same. It's a sequel, but it's the same. Anyway, to me, that's how this feels. Of like, what's your favorite? Oh, it's the 3 Wiser Men ones.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that like love for Ghostbusters took a little bit to develop, and then it's like at the people did not enjoy it as well at the time. And now you're right. It's the same movie. They're like they're not. It's just their next adventure. And
exactly. It's just I don't need new. The reason I like sequels is because I felt comfortable and safe, and I loved the first one, so I'd like to watch them go on a new adventure. I don't need them to change who they are, and don't recast them.
I like it. We need the trilogy then. We need the trilogy.
All right.
Okay, but here's the thing. I feel like then if we're sticking with how this should go, I'd like to pitch that I play Tyler Hynes' love interest in the third one, because he definitely wouldn't stay with that chickie babe. But then it's just me.
Yeah.
A-ling.
You're a local xylophone player.
Oh my god, I would crush it. Kevin, what else did we watch this weekend?
So then we finished off on Sunday, November 24th at 8 o'clock. We watched To Have and to Holiday.
Exactly how long you been dating my daughter?
3 months.
So not that long. A Christmas wedding? We cannot let her make this big of a mistake.
Does your dad like me?
I'll officiate the wedding, but they're gonna have to survive my marriage boot camp.
What's marriage boot camp?
The wedding is days away. Boot camp only gets more difficult from here.
Buck up, you two, because we're having a wedding whether you like it or not.
We've got this.
To Have and to Holiday.
Directed by Nancy N. Harding. I have to look up the writers real fast. It's Grant Levy and Dominic Rothbard, who I think have done a lot of short films, but starring Madeline Author and Robert, I'm going to mispronounce that name, but Bizzucci?
Bizzucci.
I love it. I love that name.
Bizzucci.
Listen, this is what I'll say, and then I'll let Kristin go crazy very quickly, which is I did a podcast years and years ago called You've Got Geek on You, and one of the things we would talk about is the lost art of cutting a movie trailer. And it would either be a trailer was cut, and it completely gives the entire movie away, and it's like you don't need to see it, or you would get a trailer that's cut, and it doesn't even come close to giving you what you expect from that movie, so it doesn't pull you into the theater. This is a little bit different, and I feel like Hallmark kind of, I don't want to say he doesn't care, but they know their audience is going to watch.
Yeah.
This trailer was not the movie. And when I saw the trailer, I was like, this movie's going to suck. I don't want to watch it, and there's an Eagles game on, so I'm not going to. Yeah. But I decided, let me start it and see what happens. And within 15 minutes, I said, I should have cut this. I'm an editor, just so you know. I should have cut this trailer for them. And I personally would have been like, oh, this is a good movie. I liked this movie. So let us talk.
Did you watch any of it?
Yeah. And I had to skip over because I started it late because I thought I was taping it, but I didn't. So then I couldn't skip commercials. So I missed a little bit in the second third.
Falls apart a little in the third.
I know, and that's maybe where I also didn't mind it. I think again we set ourselves up for like, oh, this is going to be one thing, and it turned out to be different. I thought it had a cool like modern feel to it. They've been trying a lot more of these kind of younger, like not millennials, like even like Gen Z almost like style people.
We're getting old, Mike.
I know, but it felt like again it was shot more like New Girl or something like they were kind of like trying to have fun with it at times. I don't think they had enough.
Especially
fun.
In New York,
they didn't have enough fun with it. But a lot of the characters were having those like funny moments.
I agree.
Like the friend and the friend's husband, like they were really a good part of it. I actually thought the dad thing was cute in the way. Like I thought he was annoying, but like that was the joke. That was the plot.
Yeah.
Like, he was annoying, and he was putting them through this like ringer of things that people actually do when they get married in a church. They have to go through a wedding. Mine was only me and Adrian were joking. Like we went for like one day, and they were like, "You're fine. We didn't have to do like gingerbread houses." But again,
weird.
Hallmark movie. But I think the reaction to that is what made me just not love it was just the increasing ridiculousness of everything and the lack of communication about them. And I just really didn't like the lead guy. It felt Rich. I liked him, like the actor, but like the character just kept coming in with his rich guy stuff, and then it got explained away like, oh no, it's just my pals or my like guys or whatever. And I was like, yeah, you're still a rich kid that wears rich jackets, and it felt very rich Christmas to me, like basic white people problems. You know what I mean? So I didn't like that. But overall, it was fine. I didn't hate it.
I started it at 9:15.
Yeah, that's a decent amount.
And I hated this. So
what do you remember the scene, Kris, that you started?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was they were waiting in the church, and the other guy in the church was like, hey, that spot on the ceiling got bigger. And he was like, you're not paying attention to me.
Yeah.
You're pretty late. You started it in the like, oh, here we go through the
something motions. About a boot camp, and then these two clowns show up.
Yeah.
And I hated it, and I wanted to kill the dad.
Yeah.
Remember how we hated the dad in Christmas with the Sings?
Yep.
This was like.
It was worse than that, yeah.
I would throw those two in a Thunderdome and watch them.
Oh my God. Hell, can we do that? That's the sequence we need, Hallmark. That's the one. But also Matt.
They both have to,
and show
yeah.
up.
They oh my god, they both have to run like a church service and like see who has the better one.
Right? These two like pastory dads.
Yes.
No, both of them have to get Mark Leclerc to convert to their religion. That's how you win.
Also, it was the grossest thing ever when the dad was marrying them and he was like, "You may now kiss my daughter."
Oh,
what?
Yeah, the father-daughter relationship. So, Kris, maybe you missed this stuff, which makes your argument much.
We're gonna talk to flashbacks. We're gonna talk to flashbacks.
No, weren't really flashbacks. It was
No.
like how he would see her when they were having conversations, and she's a little girl, and it was like, damn it, that's demeaning as hell. Like, I get what you're going for, but it's like you.
Well, he was remembering moments that were similar to the things. He wasn't like picturing her like a Looney Tune pictures. Yeah. Right. It was weird. It was still weird though.
One of the things that Julie and I were talking about at the end of it that we really did appreciate in this film, she follows her dream in the end, and like they do the moment where she has the offer to come run the shop in town, the dressmaker in town. And her dad and Jason, her fiance, is basic. I love this town. I would move here. I can work anywhere. And then she gets the offer from, the Devil Wears Prada woman from the opening scene, and she says, "No, I'm going to New York. Like, this is what I've worked for. I'm doing that."
Yeah.
And it was cool to do that in a Hallmark movie as opposed to be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna come back here." And I liked that.
Yeah,
I will say, Mike, I get what you're saying about the rich people problems.
Well, yeah, and they're gonna have to get a brand new apartment near,
bigger one,
maybe a little further away from Rockefeller Center.
Come on! Oh, you're lucky I didn't watch the start of this.
Oh, you should have seen their apartment in the first. It was $1 billion like penthouse. There.
Oh yeah, it was huge. Yeah, but they need something bigger. But I like. They started, and I was like, "Oh, this is cool! What a good grounding moment!" Where he talked about his jacket. And how it basically, we assume, because I said to Julie, "Oh my God, it's a dead jacket alert," basically, because his friend who gave him the jacket got sick last year. And that was the end of it. Didn't tell anything else. And they never acknowledged this jacket the rest of the movie. And it was such a big point up until that part of the movie. And I was like,
well, they were trying to do the jacket guy, like, "Oh, it's my jacket guy." And everyone was like, "Oh, he's pretentious. He's rich." Like, and then it turned out, "Oh no, his guys are his friends." And I was like,
and the jacket guy probably died.
Yeah.
Who was he saying that to? The dad?
The dad. Yeah, they had a bonding moment. Yeah.
They had a moment where they made up, and the father took the ownership of being kind of a douche, and then immediately went back to being a douche because one stupid little and that scene also had the only time I think it's ever been acknowledged in a Hallmark movie that these characters have to urinate. And he said, "Well, you know what they say, you don't buy the eggnog, you rent it." And he had to go pee. And I was like, all right, I kind of dig this.
All right. That's the only thing I like.
No, it was non-alcoholic eggnog.
Like, I know.
Made a point of saying that. I know. Yeah, this was mediocre.
Yeah.
Mediocre to me, nothing great.
I agree. It was, I like the idea of it not being as bad as I thought it was, or not being, I don't think it was bad, but it's that middling movies where it's like, it's
middling.
It's middling.
It was a little more modern. I think, like you said, there were some modern choices made. She pursued her dream, and but
I'm all for, the lady not moving back to small towns.
I'm all for hearing Kris pursuing her dream. What are your dreams, Kristin?
My dreams involve hot dudes. Welcome to H3O, where we're going to objectify the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 male leads this weekend. Yeah. We're going to start, folks. Mike, are you doing this or am I doing
I'll click it. It seems like there's more than 5 slides, but that's
okay.
Some extra attention got put to certain gentlemen.
I don't know what you mean.
Yeah. So
first up, we have this. First of all, go Birds. We've got Mike's friend and former coworker, Sir Darius, Now, here's the thing, folks. We rate these gents 0 out of 10 heinies.
Yeah.
10 being Tyler Hines. It's not that confusing. 0 is being the dad from the third movie this weekend.
Yes.
So this is an interesting one. I enjoyed this character very, very much.
Yeah.
I thought he was never a douche. He was very kind. I thought he always was very open. And he's not my cup of tea in the appearance thing.
Yeah.
I like I don't know, but this man is still super pretty. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not a big lips person, but I think some people like lips, and this man's got some lips.
Lips.
So I'm gonna go like just a 6.5.
Okay.
Because I didn't. That's my neutral. It feels like a 6, and I gave him the 0.5 because go Birds.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know, can I go next, Kevin, just because of the 6.5?
Of course.
Do you know, Kris, that he is 6'5"? And actually wrote a super cute quote, just referencing the thanks for, I won't quote it directly without his permission, but, just thanking everybody for all the positive reviews and everything. And he jokingly said, like, yes, I'm 6'5". So I think there was a lot of chatter of like, how big is this dude? But he put something at the end that was super nice. He's like, but I'm finally okay with like my size and everything. So I don't know. Yeah, I think he's getting a lot of love from this movie.
Good. Put him in more. I like him.
Yeah. A little bit funny because I know him, but I actually saw him as the character a lot and not as like the person.
As your buddy.
So I thought he did a great job. Yeah, super nice the entire time. Listened to her, was just like always like into like her situations because he understood, because he was also really busy as an EMT. Respectful. Yeah, just all around good dude. I'm gonna have to give him Sedaris, and again, a lot of this is shaded by past friendship. My highest score this season previously was a 7.3. I'm going up to 7.4 for this.
Wow,
solid. I like this.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
I would have given it a 7.5, but birds, the
birds.
Yeah. Giants fan can't go crazy.
Exactly.
Listen, let me say this. Sarah Koenig is 5'6", and it never felt he definitely he was much bigger, but not like a foot bigger.
Yeah.
So
I did a good job, camera team.
I liked this character a lot too. I didn't feel like crazy sparks between them, but it also felt like the chaos of what their lives were kind of prevented that. Like it would have been weird if like they were like this hot to go couple. So but when the scene where the chief goes into the fire, which was again amazing because it was a good fire building.
Good fire.
But I will say the chief went in and it turned out for no reason because there was nobody in there.
Nobody in there.
You better,
also,
Chief.
You shouldn't go in a burning fire by yourself. Buddy system, Chief.
Right.
Buddy system.
So our man Sir Darius goes, I got to go in to save the chief. No equipment. And comes out, and it was just like carrying him very well. He had him over his if he had carried him like bodyguard style, it would have been awesome.
That would have been amazing.
And the building exploded behind him as he walked away.
Oh, man. All that said, the old Wanamaker building. So again, hitting up the
Philly terms,
the Philly stuff. I'm gonna keep it bird centric on this one. I'm gonna go point after touchdown. I'm gonna go with the 7 on this.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Good character.
Thank you for coming into our lives, Sir Darius.
Yeah.
Next up, we have
more
three
ones like these. Okay.
3 people.
Yeah, look at them.
Come on. Gird your loins, folks.
Loins girded.
Gird your loins.
Is that the sound of poorly played xylophone I hear in the background?
Like, come on. So, okay, pull up the next one too.
Yeah, we got a couple before we get to.
Jesus.
Listen, Andrew Walker is in fantastic shape.
Aruga.
Fantastic shape.
Yeah, fantastic shape. All of them are in fantastic shape.
No shirts off though. This one,
No, I was very respectful this week. Okay,
hold on.
Also, I'll tell you why. Because I was gonna have a shirtless photo of each of them. There is not a shirtless photo of Paul Campbell out there.
Yeah.
So I didn't think it was fair.
I just meant Andrew didn't take off his shirt in this one because he had his shirt off in the
It's
last
true.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's a
He
dad.
almost did
He's a
because
dad.
he was in the bathroom, and then the kid's like, "I gotta go to the bathroom," and he's like, "All right, buddy." But that was the moment he was about to just.
Yeah. All right. So let's start. Let's do them on an individual level.
Let's
start with the eldest brother. Here we are.
Oh, that's a good photo. That's a cute Smyrna.
You guys start.
I gave Andrew Walker last week.
I'll go first. I want to specify this by saying I am one of three brothers. I'm the middle, so I am the Paul Walker. I am the Stefan. And the older brother acted a little bit like an older brother when he demanded he would be the director, and nobody really pushed back too hard. It was like, so he loses points on being big brother, in my opinion. But he is an Adonis, man. And I'm talking the character, not the actor, because that would be weird, especially because we might talk to him later this week.
Yeah.
So I'm going to still go really high. The only point that he's losing brings him down to a 9.
Whoa! 9 off the charts. Was that your highest? That's your highest.
That's my highest.
You had a couple 8s. Oh, you had an 8.7. Him and
Carlo Marx. My apologies, but
this is your guy. This is what you're into, Kevin. I like it. I gave Mr. Yeah, he was a little bit. It was not only that time. There was another time too where he like asserted oldest brother power. Oh, and when he was like, Tyler Hines, it's your fault for the what was the last thing? The thing burning.
Oh,
it was
the
like,
fire.
It was like he was the only one that was like was definitely not. It was like because you didn't put the costume on or something.
I think
that was lame.
I think a scene
They must have been cut. Yeah.
Maybe, but either way, he was being douchey there too. So you're right. He's gonna be a tiny bit lower. I gave him in the movie Jingle Bell Run a 7.2 because he looked so good. I just didn't love it. So he's gonna have this is gonna have to go high here. We're gonna have to go start with an 8.1. 8.1, my highest of the season. Just because look at that. It's that smirk right there that really
Come on.
7.9 for me. Yeah.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think
We'll get someone else on screen. Okay.
All right. Thank you. But that's not helping.
She still has to rate him. She still has to rate him.
I don't want to surprise anyone, but I love this human being.
Yeah.
He is so. Listen, I know I'm not supposed to let the human sway me, but Mike just did it with Sudarius. So I'm gonna let Andrew is the kindest, funniest dude. I'm not going over 10s, so he gets a 10.
A 10. Whoo!
I'm not going over.
You can't go over next either.
I challenged Kristin to not go over 10s this season.
Yeah.
So
wow, you're saying equal. We'll come back once we hear your score for next one. Ken, you want to go first?
Next up, we have Paul Campbell.
For Mr. Am I up for Mr. Campbell?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
I love Paul Campbell. Paul Campbell. I feel like of all of them, I feel like we could be friends, but I do feel like there's a tough shell that needs to be cracked, both on screen and off, and then this friendship would happen.
You'd be buddies forever.
I think we would. I think like it would be like airport picking up buddies. You know, I really do. I love him. Tall. Speaking of tall drink of water.
Oh yeah, definitely tall drink of water.
Wears his suit. Like first of all, Keith Costumes is a good friend of ours. Why would you put this man in anything but a suit? It's
I don't know.
It's perfection.
Yeah.
I definitely the anxiety aspect of being cured, not as fun of a character. And then when it turned out, oh no, it's not, and he melted as a person, I appreciated that. I like watching it. I like seeing people in distress, apparently.
Distress.
I have a lot of problems. I'm working through it. But he's also working through it. I'm going to go a little bit, a smidge bit lower than my Andrew Walker number. So I'm going to do this at an 8.5.
Yeah.
Still high rating. Ratings.
I'm also going to go a smidge down just because my ding-a-lings ding a little longer for Andrew Walker than Paul Campbell. This is no knock to Paul Campbell, but I'm trying to put myself in the ding-a-ling mode.
Yeah, it helps.
It helps. It does. But I actually think they gave him a hard time early on. Like he was trying to do something different with his book and thing. And I don't know if that he was trying to cover up his anxiety with that book. I don't know. I didn't see that. Maybe So I thought that was people were just being mean to him, and then they realized like, oh, we should stop being mean to this guy who is the middle child. So that didn't bother me, but a little lower. I'm gonna go 7.9.
Ooh,
okay,
that hurts my soul.
Yeah, listen, this is still my highest 7. Yeah, I was only 7.4 before this.
There's something so attractive about a tall, lanky dude.
Yep.
That gets my oven cooking.
Ooh.
Right?
Get those loins girded.
You're gonna put in. If you open up my oven, put in a batch of cookies. They're gonna burn.
And then how's this one come out? What is this? Too hot. Oh, he's sitting in front of a fireplace. Ooh.
I'm giving Paul Campbell a 10. I'm not an idiot. 10. Look at him.
Okay, but no, it's got real.
Man, I'll tell you.
I don't
know. Is everyone
back to me?
Can we go first? Do you want us to like go so that you can have your time, or do you want to just explode? What do you think?
Just go. I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna breathe.
Yeah.
You're all right up there? Are you okay?
I'm fine. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'm worried. Okay. This dude's the best. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, he's gonna hurt you. He's gonna hurt you. This guy is gonna hurt you. I'm not talking about Tyler. I'm talking about his character.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about Tyler. I'm talking about Taylor. Totally different. Totally different. Different vowel. It's just he's a problem, and he knows he's a problem. And apparently we're all cool with saying, and that is the solution. I have to work with Kristin. There's no way it's anything but a 10.
Yeah!
Whoa! Yeah.
Ling-a-ling-a-ling-ling.
All right. So again, the game. Yeah, Kevin, you said it perfectly. I'm not even going to try to like add on to that. We all know there's some baggage here. If you stick around with this guy, you're going to have to go travel. You're going to have to sleep on people's couches every week, and there's going to be that lady from his like past life that comes around, and there's like text by accident and all that kind of stuff comes along with it. But man, when he puts that candy cane in his mouth, my start, and then they were doing it together, and I was like, oh, this is woo. I was getting
the most intimate Hallmark has been so far.
Yeah. It's I'm getting hot. I'm sweating just thinking. It's a 10. It's easy. 10 off the charts. Come on. It's the game. The game's based on him.
Don't hate the player.
Don't hate the player. Hate the.
And I'm actually hoping I give a 9.9 to this stupid Kansas City Chiefs thing. Next We'll see.
Here's the thing. This man is dangerous with a capital D. And here's the thing. I'll quote his thing. It's like, that's gonna hurt, but I like it. You know what I mean? I like it. There was the moment where I don't even like kids, but the moment that he sat in that tent with that sweet boy and was like, I've been bullied. We're both been bullied. Let's be bullied. Right? Like it. Oh God, it was wonderful. And then
he was good with the kids.
He was good with kids. And then oh my God, when they did the dance together at the arcade.
Oh yeah.
I had 8 babies.
Nice.
I've given them up for adoption. I don't need them. But they had him in the cardigans that I like. And they had him in what Tyler actually wears is those fingerless gloves.
He just brings them to set, and they're like, I guess, like, let's not mess with continuity. We may have filmed them. We may not.
I have no notes on this person. I don't think I'm going to shock anyone by saying he gets a 10 gajillion points.
No, we agreed.
Yeah, come on. We both gave 10. Oh God.
Well, wait till you see what I give the next guy. Then, if this is what we're doing.
We probably should have, out of courtesy to this next gentleman, saved Three Wiser Men.
I think you're right. I thought about it.
Let's just get it over with so then we can. Yeah. Okay.
I give him a 4.
You're not
even gonna. I hate to say it. I'm not going to say much about him either, Kevin. I think you have probably the most positive things to say about the character. He did seem annoying every time he came in. I think they genuinely liked each other, and then he was genuinely trying to win over the father. But then he let it rattle him, I think, too much, and he was just like annoyed the whole time and seemed annoying. And he did seem kind of like a rich kid to me, and that's just like, I don't know, it's a pet peeve of mine, that he kept flaunting those things to be like, no, like I'm normal, I'm rich, like you guys are rich. I don't know. He's going pretty low. I'm trying to look at my lowest. 5.1 I gave to Alec from last. So I'm gonna have to go. 4.8, 4. Yeah.
Look, I'm not gonna like be some savior come in here and
no.
Easy score. My score is higher, but my things I liked about him was he was never. I never felt like he was confrontational with the dad, but he never backed down. Like he loved this girl.
Okay.
He proposed to her in front of the family, which was weird and awkward. And then he apologized for not asking their permission, which again, my feelings based on last week. That's ridiculous and silly. I did feel like the two of them had chemistry. And when they did their 60-minute Christmas in the opening of the movie, I loved it and was like, yeah, this is fun. It's different.
It was a good start.
You could have made a totally different movie and called it 60-minute Christmas. It would have been really fun. I don't know how you would have gotten, I guess with Boston Hill commercials, 100 and
you would have been fine.
Minutes out of it. Yeah,
and those slippers.
But that said, I did not hate him. I love that he was told to lose darts to the mailman, and he's like, "Yo, get a better postal system here," and he wanted darts. I was like, yeah, brother, win in those darts. Don't be throwing darts for Cliff Clavin over there.
Yeah, but even then he came over and was like a very like, oh, what? Like,
you were serious about that?
Yeah.
I give him a 6. Just a 6.
Okay.
Right. Nothing crazy.
Yeah, I feel bad because this is nothing against this dude, right?
No,
this is like, sorry, we didn't like your character.
Yeah.
He was fine.
Yeah. Wait, there's one more picture here, Kevin.
What is it? What's the last one?
Off the bottom. Let's just see how hot it gets in here.
Oh, no!
How many times do we have to review this picture?
It's just, I'm going to leave it in there forever.
This picture embarrassed us when Kristin brought it up in our most recent interview with the great Julie Sherman-Wolf, who actually was really fun and talked about it with us. So if you'd like to see Julie talk about this, check out that interview, which is available right now on Remark.
Yeah. Can we just bring that picture of like that man by the fire again?
Yeah,
I like the thank you.
Can we do
Is he Swiss? Is that the Swiss flag right now?
No, it's just a blanket.
Okay.
I want to do something, Kevin. It's going to mean you and I are going to go off for a second, but Kris, sing tight. I just want to do something like, oh, that's me. That's wrong.
That's you. Hi. Oh, should I lean? Is that what you want me to do? Want me to put my arm around him? How do I do this? Tyler, thank you so much for being. Mike, go away now.
sorry.
Put me in Tyler's spot, and I'll ruin it for Kristin.
Oh yeah, no, it's just two bros.
We're watching the Eagles together.
Yeah.
Go Birds!
Go Birds!
We're winning, so it's looking
Go
good.
Birds! Oh my God!
I can see him looking at you. Like that's how he looks at you.
He does. Yeah. When I met him in person that first time, my legs fell apart.
Have they stopped shaking is the question.
No. I've got like arthritis in them now.
Yeah.
He's just a kind human being. And now he has those lovely bracelets that he made for folks.
Yeah.
And I was going to buy you both a pair, but but then what do I
wear bracelets.
Yeah.
You wear bracelets?
Yeah. I don't have any on right now, but
I'm a Swiftie. Give me them bracelets.
Yeah, but these are like chains. Would you wear? It's like you know what I mean?
I'd wear
And then when you're near each other, they magnet to each other, which is very cute.
Oh.
Is that really what it is? I like that. Let's do it.
Yeah, it magnets the hearts magnet together.
I
think.
see.
He wore it in the movie, which was cute, and it says Heine's. I should just get one.
Oh, these are ridiculous.
You're looking at them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that people wear these.
Yeah.
You don't have to. You don't have to get.
No,
one,
I won't. I don't have any money.
Well, I think it's also for like couples. I do like the magnet thing.
So you're not going to wear one with me, Mike, is what you're saying.
Only if we hold hands every time and they magnetize.
Oh.
Then I'm good. Then yes.
That would be nice. I'll make you. Oh, I know what I'll do. Never mind. I have an idea for both your Christmas gifts.
I bought yours today. And if you at home would like to, I don't know how to segue into this, but if you want to tell us what we should buy each other for Christmas, tell us what movies we got right, what movies we got wrong, you can email us at stop pointing down below. I don't put the email address up.
That's where they do suggestions.
Oh yeah, you can do it in the comments. That's
fair.
In
the
also
comments.
Email us at remarktheshow@gmail.com, and you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Remark the Show. Kristin Finger, what you got going on?
This Friday at 7:00 at Comedy Sports Philadelphia, we start Hallmarkable Season 3, baby. And I'm really excited about it. Really excited about it. And we're gonna have one of the days is gonna be a royal movie.
Oh yeah, that's the one I saw last go around. So I gotta get out there. Maybe you tell me in advance, and I know. But we'll talk.
We haven't had a royal movie this season yet.
I know.
Perhaps one is coming. Michael, what do you have happening in your world at the round?
Do I look cool?
Yeah.
Cool?
Always.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what you got going on. Candy cane.
The Drunk Text presents A Christmas Carol, as written by Charles Dickens, involving puppets and drinking games, December 20th and 21st. And then The Rat has stuff going on every night. So go to theratnyc.com.
Cool. Awesome. I do another podcast with my daughter called The Perfect 10. You can listen to that. It's audio only. And we are reviewing Kristin Finger's favorite movie, A Christmas Story. So there's Peter Billingsley's coming around locally, and I thought about taking her to see that. And then I was like, it's expensive, and she might not like the movie, so I'm not going to do that.
No. Also, A Christmas Story is overrated, and it's terrible.
Unbelievable. This one. Unbelievable. You can email us how unbelievable you think that is at remarktheshow@gmail.
If you click on subscribe after today, we'll know why. Oh, God.
We did it 6 weeks. Thanksgiving is coming up. Happy
Turkey Day. Clang, 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 clang. Tyler Hines, I love you.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling.